Welcome to this maths made easy video on R addition formulae. To start with, let's take a look at the origins of the R formulae. Now here we're going to be using tricks for an old equation. So in the addition and double angle formulae section, we claimed that we could split sine of A plus or minus B, so sine of A plus or minus B, and cos of A, so cos of A plus or minus B, into separate sine A, sine B, cos A and cos B terms. We're now going to look at how to collect a linear combination of those terms and put them into one expression so that they look like this. R sine theta plus or minus alpha, or R cos theta minus or plus alpha. Okay, so that's theta there. So that just gives us everything we need there for the origins of the R formulae. Let's take a look now at using R formulae. Now let's just say we have a general expression. Let's say we've got A sine theta plus or minus B cos theta. Okay, well surely we could express this as R cos alpha, so R cos alpha sine theta plus or minus R sine alpha, so R sine alpha cos theta. Okay, where A is equal to R cos alpha and B is equal to R sine alpha. Right? Well, in that case, we could write R cos alpha sine theta plus or minus R sine alpha cos theta being equal to R. So factoring the R out here, so that would be cos alpha sine theta plus or minus R, oops, no R there, so let's just go to that. So plus or minus sine alpha cos theta. So sine alpha cos theta there. Okay. Well, that would just be equal then to R sine theta plus or minus alpha. Okay. And then we can find a value of alpha, or rather tan alpha, by finding B over A. And that would be equal here. So B over A would be equal to R sine alpha over R cos alpha, which would just be equal to tan alpha. So in that case, alpha is equal to tan inverse of B over A. Okay. We can also find the value of R by doing the calculation A squared plus B squared is equal to R squared cos squared alpha plus R squared sine squared alpha. Because that would just be equal to R squared cos squared alpha plus sine squared alpha. And in that case, that would just be equal to R squared. So in that case, we know R is equal to the square root of A squared plus B squared then. Now substituting our values of alpha and R gives us an expression for A sine theta plus or minus B cos theta in the form R sine theta plus or minus alpha. And we could do a similar process to find an expression in R cos theta minus or plus alpha also. So that gives us everything we need there for using R formulae. And finally, let's take a look now at the factor formulae. So we've also got 4 new formulae that we can use. So sine A plus sine B is equal to 2 sine A plus B over 2 times cos of A minus B over 2. Okay, so that's the first formula we can use. Let's write the next one in a different pen colour. So we could also do sine A minus sine B. So sine A minus sine B. So sine A minus sine B, well, what would that give us? Well, that would give us 2 cos A plus B over 2. So A plus B over 2 times sine of A minus B over 2. Okay, that's the second of our new formulae. The third one here, if we write this in green, this would be cos A plus cos B. So here we'd write this as 2 cos A plus B over 2. So 2 cos A plus B over 2 times by cos A minus B over 2. Okay, and finally we've got cos A minus cos B. And we could write this as 2 sine A plus B over 2 times by sine A minus B over 2 there. Okay, so that gives us everything we need there for the factor formulae, and that concludes this Maths Made Easy video on our addition formulae.